Dan, you're talking about the advertisers per se, so it sounds like you're saying if an advertiser for a particular show, for example, is a mutual fund family, then it's likely that you're going to hear a lot of positive things about mutual funds, for example. Is that correct?
Well, or if nothing else, you won't hear the negative. I mean, that's just the reality. I mean, everybody has to pay the bills. And so if a particular show is funded entirely by mutual funds, you're not going to hear that show is saying, oh, well, mutual funds are a bad bet, because advertisers will flee. If you watch the evening news shows, you don't see a lot of stories, generally speaking, attacking the whole drug industry. Evening news shows are funded. There are a lot of advertisers that are drug manufacturers. It's just not one of the things that they crusade against. So when you're looking at, when you get to the basics, really it helps to understand how you kind of make the secret sauce that is journalism. And while the economy started doing a downturn in the last several years, with 2007, journalism never really stopped. And as a result, you've seen massive decline in number of working journalists in major cities. We've lost a lot of major dailies. There's a lot fewer people reporting there, and then there's a lot of pickup of what other people do. So I mean, all it takes is one bad story sometimes, and the next thing you know, that bad story is spread like a virus across the internet. And so because journalists are not spending a lot of research time double checking it, you really have to be well informed. And to give you an example how bad this can really be, you're not going to get the most advanced knowledge from journalists. Several years ago, I'm a member of Society of Professional Journalists, which is not mandatory, but it's a good organization. And I took economist Brian Westbury, a great guy, took him to an annual conference. And we had a meeting talking about how to teach economics to journalists. And there's about 26, 27 journalists in the room, and Brian got it that by speaking to that small a number, he was speaking to hundreds of thousands or millions of people. And so the first question he asked, he says, how many of you have had advanced training in business or economics? One person raised a hand. And he just went off. I mean, he's a very nice guy, but he was just stunned by how embarrassingly bad this was. And he said, how are you supposed to cover business and economics if only one of you had any training in it?